Well, it's kind of funny that the first person that shared is actually my aunt, and she is the one that actually introduced me to the patches. She first messaged me about the patches, and unfortunately, right away, I have to say that I completely shut her down really quick. The first words that I saw, probably the only words I saw, was stem cells. So I kind of got really freaked out and I was like, no thanks, I'll just pass. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. But long story short, she had already sent samples to my mom, and my mom was like, I don't think you're really understanding, maybe you should ask her some more questions, or, this has worked for me. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not about what I think. And she's like, no. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to text her back like right now, So I apologized and I was like, I want some more information, but I definitely want samples. But I started, the patches came in the mail. I have fibromyalgia, PCOS, and I also have IBS. And a lot of the, things that I go through, like even with the PCOS, always puts me in a flare up. I've had fibromyalgia for about 2 years now. And I'm only 39 years old, and it's probably the most terrible thing I've gone through thus far. I'd rather have 3 more kids. Anyway, regardless, it's a terrible thing. But when my patches had come in the mail, I remember her saying 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Well, the mail had come about noon, and I was like, you know what? I was in a lot of pain because when they came in, it was about a month ago. I was going through my menstrual cycle, which pushed me into a very, very bad flare up, to where I can barely get out of bed. Lots of tears, lots of frustration. And I immediately applied the IceWaves patch. And I will tell you, I'm a very emotional person. So if I do cry, I apologize. But within about a half hour to an hour, I had no pain from my knees down. Wow. And I was like, I actually was walking, I was running, I work for a doctor's office. So as I was running to get us coffees, I almost felt like the Little Mermaid with legs for the first time, because I was like, I don't know how to use these. I don't have pain in my knees. And you overcompensate, when you're in chronic pain. And so you overcompensate. And I was trying to figure out how I'm supposed to run back to work and, figure this out. And the doctor had known that I had tried these, and I was super excited to tell him. And within probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I absolutely had no pain whatsoever. Wow. And this was just the IceWaves that I had tried. The next day I did apply the X39 and the IceWaves. And moving forward to about a month now, I absolutely don't have the pain. I didn't have any pain whatsoever. I recently, like I said, I do have PCOS. I did share my patch. I started using the Aeon patches at night, which are very, very important too. I totally, with fibro and the inflammation and stuff like that, I was wearing those at night. But long story short, I was sharing them with my daughter to introduce them to her because she has endometriosis. First of all, don't share your patches. That's not a good way to go, because when you run out of your patches, it's terrible. So again, long story short, I ran out of my Aeon patches. I do have my IceWaves and other patches that I'm wearing, but that patch is very critical for me to wear at night to not have the pain. But otherwise, I'm still able. Menstrual cycle came back. Sorry, no TMI. Wow. But the pain is just not like it was. I don't have to lay in bed anymore all day. I have way more energy, way more clarity. I'm not that I'm getting my old life back. It's like I'm actually literally getting a better life.